So let's take a step back, right? Our viewers consume us however they want, wherever they want, whenever they can. The content is what matters to them. The specific screen is, it can be convenience, it could be preference, it could be something else. So what I will say is the larger theme in America is of direct-to-consumer businesses. And we very much believe in that. Direct-to-consumer businesses are upending CPG and many other categories, but we've been in the direct-to-consumer business for years now with CBS All Access. And of course with Showtime. We believe that in addition to all of the traditional ways that you get your content, a direct relationship with the consumer, so you can understand them better and really super serve them is important. And that's as true of the Super Bowl as the Grammys, as it is of Star Trek.
And what about measuring that audience? That's the theme today, of measuring them across screens, and there's so many screens and it's such a diversified audience. Where does that stand in terms of cross-screen measurement?
So there are a couple ways of looking at this, right? Is there one person out there who adds it all up and gives it to me? Absolutely not. That being said, we have a very, very good handle. So we, as an analytics function, know who's watching, we know the consumer journey, and so the insights function at major media companies has become more critical than ever today, because we are among the few people who have a full view as to what's going on in the ecosystem, and I would certainly say we understand our audiences very, very well.
So what about the industry more broadly outside of CBS? Your conversations with your colleagues today, innovations that you're seeing, problems that you hope are being solved. Give us your point of view, please.
Sure. I think I will talk a little bit about what I spoke to on the panel today, right? I think there's a ton of innovation, invention. There's a lot of data in the marketplace, a lot of granular data in the marketplace. There's a ton of product in the marketplace. But I think we need to take a step back. I think we need to hit the pause button for a second and ask what we're really trying to solve for. What are we really trying to understand, whether you're a media company or a marketer? And for me, I want all of this data to somehow speak to each other and to fit together. I can't have different data sources telling me different stories. I'm a marketer, and I produce premium content as a company, right? And I need my advertising measurement as well as my consumer measurement to fit together and not be on two different paths. So I would ask all of us in the industry to really hit the pause button, take a step back, and figure out what the framework is that we want to operate under. And we certainly plan to take a leadership position in suggesting what that framework should be.
What should it be?
I think you'll have to wait a little bit for that. I think we will publicize that soon. But you should know that a lot of deep thinking is going into this because these are critical questions, and we believe time is critical for leadership.
And what are your thoughts about identity, the identity graph? We hear a lot about that, about advertisers advertising to people across devices and so forth. What is the value of identity as you see it?
So we need quality data. We need quality identity graphs. I think a lot of people today talked about that, right? At the same time, I will say you don't need to reach everyone one-on-one. We talked a lot about the large audience segments, but also smaller segments. Not everyone needs to be spoken to as an individual, and also creative can't be produced for a single person. But I think thinking of groups of people and using the best-in-class identity solutions and identity data to do that is a good thing.
Cool. And looking at the year ahead, what problems do you hope are solved by the industry around data and analytics by you and your colleagues?
So I think that video, premium television, premium content is not just alive and well, it's just it's thriving, right? And I hope we can focus less on the problems and get back to how the medium is thriving and how we're delivering great results for advertisers. And I hope that story becomes front and center as opposed to all the doom and gloom out there.